All right, there we go. I have a little bit of a hard time seeing you guys today. Maybe I can lower the camera down. Come on. There we go. That should do better. I can actually see everything. Alrighty, here we are. I am going to be putting, hopefully, the finishing touches on this spray painting that I did for a friend. It's a spray paint with a Gaboon Viper skull over the top. Here are our glitter choices that we're going to be using today. Got this lovely dazzling red, a fine burgundy, which I love every bit of. Then we've got it's supposed to be black, but it kind of gives off this dark blue, almost purpley vibe. So that's going to be a good one. And then we've got a homemade, well, home mixed rather, bundle of gold. It's not just one jar of golds that I have in here. We've got some little star pieces that shift from golds to green. Too many sparkles, my camera won't pick it up. There's kind of a little star, you can kind of see it right there. Anyway, I think I'm going to be using this gold here to do the fangs. I think that would be super cool. Kind of like gold cap teeth, you know? And then we have, for an added effect, this lovely dark purple. Found most of all of these between Walmart and Joann Fabrics before it closed down over here in the US. So I was able to grab some real pretty ones, but man, I did not realize how expensive glitter can be. No, I do not play Roblox. I've heard a lot about it, but I'm a casual gamer, so I don't really do too much, just here and there. You know, Minecraft, Monster Hunter, that's really it. Sorry, I'm kind of boring. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. I definitely want to highlight some of these cracks, and we've got some glitter glue right here. That'll look really nice. And the orange will help to offset the rest of the colors without being too incredibly obvious, since I have the red and the burgundy here with me. But I think to get things started, I am going to highlight the raised areas here and dig out the pet fur. Crafting and fur just seems to go hand in hand. You can't ever really escape it. For my glue, I am using Mod Podge in matte. So this should dry clear, but kind of give a matte appearance. That'll help the glitter to stand out. And I also love sparkles. No surprise there. I actually have a shelf tower arranged for just sparkles, mica powder. I have some alcohol inks, but I haven't exactly experimented a whole lot of with those yet. So I'm still learning how to use them and how to best apply them. One thing I want to do is flick the alcohol inks on watercolor paper, sprinkle a bunch of salt, and then mist it down with water and see what happens. I've seen some results of other YouTubers do that, and it just looks so cool. Okay, just to keep myself from backtracking, I am going to put a layer of glue down where I want my first color of sparkles to go. That way I don't get confused and accidentally color one area with a different shade or a different color of sparkles. And let's see, where else am I going to put this? I'm going to put this back here. I'm thinking about doing the outlining in the burgundy, at least for the backside, to kind of create like a reverse shadow, having the lighter colors come up here and the darker colors go back there. Kind of defeats my original idea, but I think it'll just look good. That'll be like a nice flow of color with intentional direction. I just want to make sure I get enough glue on there. And I'm so glad that I have all of this glitter, because it just really adds an extra little something. Oh, well, sorry, one of my dogs just decided to open my door. He's taking a nap though. Okay, let's see what we've got with this. And just I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to end up, how I want to take all of this glitter off, the loose glitter, after I've let it dry. Because what would be the smart thing to do is, after I get a couple different colors of glitter on before starting another shade like gold. Gold isn't exactly a shade, but before I move on to the next color, it would be a good idea for me to let this sit and dry. Tap off all of the free glitter that didn't stick, and then start with one of the other brighter colors. So while I said in my post, finishing touches may end up not being finishing touches. But I'll definitely be sure to include you guys in the reveal afterwards, once everything is all done and dry. How's this look on camera? Well, not bad. And then I'm just gonna continue with the burgundy. And while this is uploading, I'm working on putting together a spray painting ASMR video. If that's still relevant, I don't know. But I'm really, really proud of of a couple spray paintings that I did. And although there's a little bit of missing footage, I absolutely love how they came out. And I want to share it with you guys. So while I'm putting that video together, I have to figure out what kind of editing software I want to try out next, because the one I'm currently using, I have no idea what's been going on. Even though it says its music is free, like public domain kind of, YouTube flags my videos and says they're copyrights. So I don't think I can, or I should rather, continue using it. Especially not if it's just gonna, well, I'm not getting any money from these videos. It's just something for me to do like a hobby and to have fun with. But it's just really annoying when my videos don't release when I want them to. Internet issues aside. So if any of you watching this have a video editing program that you really enjoy using for mobile, please let me know what you use, what your experience is with it, how you got it, and just in general how good it is. Not only that, when I try and cut videos down to shorten the time, it wigs out on me, like it just downright refuses to, and then I end up losing footage. You'll kind of get to get a chance to see that once the video uploads. For once, it's not user error. I promise that. Okay. Try not to just douse the spray painting in glitter. The spray paint does have a little bit of a texture on it, just because some of the spray paint was kind of old and kind of gritty. So the glitter has a high likely chance of sticking in places where I don't want it to, just for that reason. Not only that, I'm trying really hard not to get glitter on the floor, because you either love glitter or you hate it. And I actually, so this is for a friend of mine. Her husband does not like glitter at all. She loves glitter and adores it. So I better make sure this is glitter free when I give it to them. Wrap it up real good. Me personally, I do like glitter. I don't love it. I don't like trying to clean up after it, especially depending where the glitter spill happened. Like in carpet, it's a mess. On my clothes and on my hands, it's a mess. Then it gets in my hair and all of that good stuff. You guys know the plight of artists and glitter. Sometimes you can't escape it. Glitter runs in our veins. I apologize if I'm going off screen here. All right, how are we looking on the camera? Okay, not bad. So now that we got that one, I want to highlight some of these cracks and crevices with, you know what? I'm gonna take what's left of the burgundy and I'm gonna mix it in with our dark black here. There we go. Helps to calm everything down with the burgundy without losing any of that richness. So it may not look like there's a whole lot of change on the camera, but in person it is indeed more purple. Okay, let's take care of those details. And let's see, what other brushes do I have? I think I'll swap out my brush. And I think we'll go for this one. Okay, let's see here. Where do I want this? Let's go. You know what? Let's do the teeth. If you guys have any questions for me, feel free to write them down in the comments during this live stream. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. If I don't end up answering your questions, I apologize. Might have just missed them or gotten a little hyper-focused on making sure I get these lines nice and even. To the best of my ability, anyway. Working with glue is much different than working with paint. The glue actually wants to spread better, which is nice. But I also don't need a whole glob of it. I know one thing I definitely have to figure out is where I'm gonna tap all the glitter off into. Could just go into the painting void, since it's all gonna be mixed together. For those of you new here, the painting void is this tub that I'm working on top of actually. And it's where all of my pour paintings are made. When I do a pour painting, I pour and dribble the paint over some, I think they're oven grids, and it goes straight into a bin. That by far is the easiest and safest way for me to be able to do those pour paintings. And it really does work. I just gotta clean it out from time to time, peel up all of the paint that's collected. If I do that, then it'll be paint and glitter. Might look pretty. Okay, teeth are covered. Let's just make sure the glitter got everywhere I need it to. And then we've got some teeth back here. I think I gotta brush some of that away. There we go. I can see just a little bit better. Again, try not to miss any spots, any outlines. Otherwise it'll just look weird and inconsistent. And I most definitely cannot forget to wash my paintbrushes after this. Glue is glue, and I do not want to waste my paintbrushes. Okay, next, let's take care of the eye sockets. I think for this one, I'm gonna try and do like a wispy fade. Just some more artistic liberties. think this one I might be able to get away with flicking some of the glitter. The less glitter I have a chance to spill, the better. Okay. Whoops. And then we've got the teeth down here. Let's see, can I move you guys anymore? There we go. Stay put, please. Whoops. Don't fall. Okay, so a little bit of a glare, and I apologize for that. For those of you new on here, thank you so much for joining. This skull is the Gaboon Viper. I definitely encourage you all to look it up. It's a gnarly snake full of teeth. Coincidentally, it's what we're working on today. So I gave it some wonky chompers. So the scary thing about vipers and most snakes who actually shed their fangs, like king cobras, gaboon vipers, rattlesnakes, a lot of the venomous snakes not only shed their fangs, but you can actually find them in their enclosure. Sometimes they accidentally get swallowed up with their meal. They break off and then it goes through the digestive tract and comes out the other end. But if you're not careful, you can still get bit by one just by cleaning out its cage. And I've actually watched a lot of videos on vipers just from different YouTubers, and you always see them wearing gloves when they are cleaning out their enclosures, not just for safety reasons, but because they don't want to get stabbed by those gnarly fangs. I mean, neither would I. But it just amazes me. I didn't think snakes lost their teeth or their fangs. I guess it could happen. I mean, if we grow it, we can lose it, right? Okay, almost done with these teeth. And I do want them to stand out, be more individualized. There we go. That is one sparkly looking snake. And let's see. Let me grab another red sparkle. So I have two that look pretty similar. We've got these two right here. One of them is definitely more purple pink, and the other one is more red. So we've got garnet versus burgundy. Burgundy is what I have all over the snake, and I just want to brighten things up rather than keep it on the purple side. So we are going to take the garnet and just add it in there with the other one. I'm not expecting much of a color difference, but it is going to be a nice subtle contrast between the two. And really, I just want to continue bringing the lighting down. And then have the black teeth stand out. Not to mention, this will also be a nice contrast for the grooves in the jaw here. And just kind of remind you, like, yeah, the skulls have grooves and little channels for veins, muscles, tendons, all that stuff. And instead of dipping the paintbrush in glitter and glue, because this glue is going to dry matte, it might actually compromise the glitter, just in the terms of its ability to reflect light, and it would appear foggy, which I mean would look pretty cool. But I would like the glitter to stand out in this painting. Oh. Let's see, half hour for time, not bad. I appreciate those of you who have stuck with me through the live stream. Others of you who are skipping through just to see the results once this is posted, I'm okay with that. Personally, I do the same because I want to see how it looks, and watching in real time just isn't always an option for me. So I understand. And I will be you know what? I have not been posting update pictures aside from when I am going to upload a live stream, so I am sorry about that. I have been pretty busy. Actually had a doctor's appointment not that long ago. I had a cyst on my head. We got that removed. Recovery was not bad. A pain, but not bad. And that's healing up, thankfully, really well. But it does kind of make things a little bit difficult just here and there. You know, more of an inconvenience than anything. Normal routine has to change and all that. But aside from that, I'm gonna admit it, I've been lazy. So, if any of you are curious about any paintings I've done in the past, please do not hold back. Tell me what ones you want updates on. I will find them and I will get you those pictures. I mean, don't be afraid to hold me accountable if I forget. Granted, I'm trying to do that myself. Life just gets away sometimes. Wait, this is not the one I want. I want this one. Yeah, okay, this difference is subtle, but it's there. Okay, let's move this over a little bit. Take care of the bottom side, and then we can move into those other details. Yeah, Mod Podge definitely spreads better. Pretty sure I can't, well, I can paint with Mod Podge, but it might be just a little bit, I don't know. Is redundant a good word to use? Not entirely necessary. Whoa. Wait, no, I don't want this one. Keep going for the darker color. Okay. You know what? Let's get the teeth, the big fangs up here taken care of, and then we will call it good. Because to nobody's surprise, my phone is getting hot. And I'm really excited to use the golds too. Now, I don't think I'm gonna make the entire, like, fang, the entire fangs golds from top down to bottom. I think I'm just going to have the bottom half be gold. especially over here, it's really textured and bumpy. I don't know what it is. Whatever can of spray paint I was using must have been really, really old. I think it might have been this green. There we go, that's gonna look good. We've got these little guys. Okay, that's that for the teeth. Here we go with the gold. Now this glitter seems to be really heavy, so I don't imagine it'll take too much. I just hope the gold shows up and isn't too translucent. This is heavy glitter. But like maybe it's good that it's a heavy glitter so that way it stays put. You know, the weight will kind of help push everything into place maybe. I hope some of the stars stay where they are. Like some of the stars actually get glued on. And just add a nice little touch. And I think lastly I'll go in with the glitter glue. Let me just make sure. Awesome. I think we will apply it up here. And I will add more once I shake the glitter off. A little shaky right there. Okay, I think we will call it for today's live stream. Let me zoom you guys out so you can see the whole thing. Okay, maybe I'll just take you guys off the thing. There we go. I'm so excited to see this with all of the glitter shaken off. It's gonna look so good. All right, that'll do it for today's Monday live stream. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And suffering through the slowness of sprinkling glitter on. Perhaps next live stream I'll be able to answer any questions that show up. I think there was just 1 or 2 questions on this live stream. But yeah, subscribe to my YouTube channel to keep up with me and see updated videos of when this painting is finally finished. I don't know if I will be able to get a reaction video from my friend. I know she doesn't want her face to be on camera, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay, I will see you guys next Monday at 2. Bye for now.